Welcome to the homecoming parade. We are now underway. The dignitaries are seated, led by the Chancellor of Troy University, Jack Hawkins, and his First Lady, Janice Hawkins. And rolling up the street is the law enforcement of the area. You can hear them rolling up, always leading the parade. Again, I'm Jonathan Sellers, commentating today, and we have the Troy Trojan Vision staff that will be bringing you the camera angles and the production of today. Again, this is the Troy University Police as well as the City of Troy. Thank you for all that they do. The police department of the City of Troy, they play a vital role in the homecoming parade, blocking off the streets. And a very special thank you for all this the department does. That is Greg Wright driving that police car, as well as the University Police. They are led by Police Chief George Beaudry. And thank you for keeping the students and campus safe. As well as State Troopers, the Alabama Highway Patrol, for being here today. An interesting note that Troy's football team actually has 3 former Troy athletes who serve on their trooper detail. Former women's basketball player Caitlin Ramirez and former football players Lee Walls and Garrett Peak all help the Trojans on game weekends. And finally, the Pike County Sheriff's Office is coming through. They're keeping our county safe, and thank you to Sheriff Russell Thomas and the entire Pike County Sheriff's Department. Rolling up in the big truck, that's the special response vehicle. You can see behind us. There you get a good look of it. That's the Pike County Sheriff's Department special response vehicle. And coming up, this is our Grand Marshal. We have not had a Grand Marshal in quite some time, but this is Grand Marshal Fatima Fernandez-Cano. She is one of the best golfers in Troy and Sun Belt Conference history. She earned her LPGA Tour card this fall after she finished second on the Symetra Tour race for the card money list. She became the first former Troy player to earn her LPGA Tour card. So congratulations to Fatima, and we hope she does well as she moves into the LPGA. Now we can see there is T-Roy, everyone's favorite mascot around here. T-Roy, always a fun, festive fellow as he is always interacting with the kids and fans. Joined by the Troy University cheerleading squads, and you can hear right behind them, that is the Sound of the South. The official marching band of Troy University was originally established in 1939, but they have been referred to as the Sound of the South since 1965, when they were named by the former director and band director emeritus John M. Long. And they are led by Deshaun Iverson, who is the head drum major from Americus, Georgia, as well as Grant Matos. He is the assistant drum major, and Grant is from Moody, Alabama, where he went to Moody High School. Sound of the South, always one of the most important parts of the university, as well as the football game atmosphere. You can see them this afternoon at 2:30 for the football game. New uniforms this year for the Sound of the South. When they get set and start playing, we will turn me off so you can hear them loud and clear. They will stop right in front of the dignitaries. Just a moment. Sound of the South, and they will finish things off as they turn towards the grandstand, and they will play Troy University fight song. In the Sound of the South, one of the best bands in the land. People don't know this, but not only does the Sound of the South play at football and basketball games, but they also go to showcases on weekends when they're not playing at football games. They'll play for band showcases, local high schools, and other organizations. Now coming up is Farmhouse Fraternity. They joined the campus in 1995, and their chapter president is Matt Dollar. See their float to the Trojan Pride. This year's theme for homecoming is Trojan Hall of Fame, so you'll see many of the floats aimed at talking about who is Hall of Fame, who has led Troy to where we are today and looking towards the future. This is Max Credit Union. Pete Jordan, who's the regional vice president. He is being driven by Greg Herring in a 1978 Corvette. Max Credit Union is located on US 231. Here is Alpha Tau Omega, and you can see their banner has their Walk Hard on it. Also, they've got who is in the ATO Hall of Fame, Guy Fieri, Steve Spurrier. But Alpha Tau Omega, they joined Troy in 2005, and their current chapter president is Matthew Taylor. And that is Andy Smith followed. She is the 2021 future Little Miss Troy, and she is the daughter of two Troy graduates. Her mom, Sunny Smith, was a former cheerleader at Troy. There's the Junior Ambassadors Leadership Program, available to local high school students. Followed by them is A New Beginning for You. It is an adult daycare center offering extraordinary adult daycare services away from home. Circle K International, there's the Troy Chemistry Lab. You can see they got their tie-dye lab coats. And then this is Alpha Gamma Delta. It's their float capturing some of Troy's greatest moments, including hopefully a victory today over Louisiana. Alpha Gamma has been at Troy since 1971, and their president is Bailey Bennett. And Alpha Gamma says, happy homecoming and go Trojans. Many of the sororities have nearly all their sisters walking in it in very large crowds. They were at the basketball game, the women's basketball game the other night in full force, cheering for the Pepper. I'm surprised any of them have voices left. And coming up, this is Mr. O. This is Bo O'Hara, and his little car. It's been participating in the Troy University Homecoming Parade for 30 years now. And he loves greeting people on the parade route, as you can see, and he always says, "Go Troy." Got somebody riding with him today. Bo O'Hara. He will stop and greet Chancellor Hawkins. And now we see, this is Shebang Dance Studio. They are located on this square, and they have been so for the past 15 years and offer all kinds of dance programs for locals here in the city of Troy. Followed behind them is Cub Scout Pack 41. They're cheering on the Troy Trojans and want you to know that scouting builds leaders for the future, just like Troy University. Troy University leads change, and scouts are building leaders for the future. There's the Troy School of Cosmetology. And they are followed by Kappa Delta. And their float represents the Hall of Fame that has built the university and their own chapter, featuring iconic moments in sports history, while also showcasing the sisters who have made their chapter what it is today. You can see some great pictures on there, including the win at LSU, which was so big here at Troy. Kappa Delta is the oldest sorority on the Troy campus. They were chartered in January 25th of 1966, and their current president is Virginia Rowlett. Coming up is Forrest Lee, Good News and Interviews. It's seen locally. Again, thank you for watching, and let us know where you're watching from and when you graduated from Troy, and we are glad to have you with us. This is Rising Home Peer Pressure. Rising Above Peer Pressure stands for, it's a youth support group founded by Ebony Williams. And they are followed by ISCO, the International Student Culture Organization, which attempts to bring international and domestic students together and encourage acceptance, understanding, and joyful interactions at the university and in the Troy community. And they are led by their advisor, John McCall. You can see they're waving flags of countries from all over the world, from where Troy University students are represented. Arthur Lee is driving a 1964 and a half convertible Mustang that he has worked to restore, and Mr. Lee says, "Go Trojans." And this is Alpha Omicron Pi. They wanted to show off Troy's Hall of Fame with images of important Troy figures and our football team. They also showed Hall of Fame moments unique to their own sorority. That is a great float with John Robert Lewis Hall that they put together. And they are the newest sorority to campus. They joined in 2018 and are led by their president, Anna Grant. They're cheering the TROJANS cheer. And this is the Hogan Institute of Cosmetology, letting themselves be heard on that big old truck with the horn. They are located on 231. Behind them is Sparkle Mentoring Club. They are a Troy University group of young adults helping girls become a better version of themselves. They aim to empower each other and build a great bond within their sisterhood. This is Pi Kappa Phi, showing off names and figures of Troy history, including DeMarcus Ware. You see him on their float. And they're the oldest fraternity on campus currently, and their president is Tyler Koenig. Phi Beta Sigma follows them, and they were started at Troy in 1992, and their president is Emmanuel Marsh. This is Miss Elite Society. This all-girls organization aims to motivate female students into being more civic-minded citizens and empower women to hold themselves to a higher standard. A big organization on the Troy campus. And this is Sigma Chi, showcasing their Trojan pride, and Sigma Chi says, "Go Trojans." You can see them getting out some flowers, and this is what you'll commonly see with many of these organizations. They're going to find the First Lady or a couple of the dignitaries. They'll find the First Lady of Troy University and hand her a bouquet of flowers. Sigma Chi has been at Troy since 1977, and Mason Hill is their current president. And there you can see the chancellor standing up and then handing them some flowers. This is the Troy Panhellenic Council. They offer the NPC sororities at Troy University. They are driven today by Bryant Smith, a Troy graduate of State Farm Insurance. And next is the Pike County High School Band out of Brundage and Pike County High School. It's the Pride of Pike Marching Band is what they're known as, under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Chance and assistant directors Zach Wilson and Henry Everett. We'll give them a listen. Next coming up is Chi Omega. This is their float, and an organization. They're involved in different aspects of the community, and they're excited to show their Trojan pride. Take a look back at the Pike County High School Marching Band. They have stopped and going to play quickly for the viewing stand. Take a look back at the float for Chi Omega. These floats, and they did an amazing job on theirs. It's little pieces of toilet paper that are just balled up and put into those wire frames. Chi Omega, they were founded at Troy in February of 1977. Their current president is Sidney Armstrong. Coming up after Chi Omega sorority, this is Pike Liberal Arts. Their headmaster, Eric Burkett, and assistant headmaster, Gina Langford. And Burkett is a graduate of Troy and the Hall School of Journalism. That is their SGA officers as well. And some of the Pee Wee football players and cheerleaders at Pike. This is the Delta Chi Alumni Association. They were the first chartered fraternity on the Troy University campus, and they have one of the largest alumni associations, and they're the only fraternity alumni house in the world. And this is Alpha Phi Alpha right behind them, although we do see this limousine stopping right in front of the viewing stand, and they will get out as is customary. They were one of the first to start this tradition of handing the First Lady flowers, and they get out and they will hand the bouquet to Janice Hawkins. And that is Alpha Phi Alpha that you see. This is Alpha Phi Alpha's Miss Black and Gold, Miss Triana Hullum. They're driven by the Alpha Phi Alpha brothers, Sammy Nevels and Adam Jackson. And Alpha Phi Alpha became a chapter at Troy on May 29th, 1978, and Jalen Fleming leads the current chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha, and that is the freshman forum directors in that truck. You can see they represent the freshman class of Troy University, and they just hosted their annual high school leadership conference, and they're getting ready for Feast with Friends. It's their Thanksgiving dinner for the international students, and Alpha Delta Pi will follow them. Their float is behind them. It takes a look at Troy's special Hall of Fame moments, and they say they cannot wait to make more special memories at their favorite place, Troy University. And they became a chapter April 19th, 1966. Lauren Terrell is their president, and she is also a social media ambassador for Troy, helping us out. Taking a look at their float. Well, Troy beating LSU and Chancellor Jack Hawkins and his 30 years of service back in 2019. This is the homecoming queen of 2020, Miss Lucy Pooh, who was on the SGA, and the SGA is proud how she represented Troy. She graduated from Troy as a biology major and came to Troy from Ellicott City, Maryland. She was the copy desk chief for the Metropolitan and also a Trojan ambassador. This is this year's homecoming court for the king and queen, proud of their leadership and love of Troy. The winner will be crowned later on today during halftime of the football game. And this is some of the SGA officers following them. They've been very busy this week with homecoming, a very, very busy week. Standing with the phone and spinning around that is the president, Maxwell George. They love their new Trojan tee on Troy University Avenue, or on University Avenue. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out sometime. They give a thank you to the City of Troy, University Foundation, and SGA for putting that in. Nice vintage car rolling up. A couple of them. This will be New Life Christian Academy. They promote a faith-based Christian education for grades K through 12 in Pike County, home of the Eagles. Just a couple of more floats left here today. This is going to be our last organization, Troy University. This is Phi Mu, the Phi Mu's float, which depicts leaders in the community. You see Mayor Jason Reeves, John Klein on the float, Chancellor Jack Hawkins, Ralph Adams, DeMarcus Ware on there. They paved the way for the university we know and love today, and their leaders of the past inspire us to be champions of the future. And they were one of 3 sororities to come to campus in 1966 and are currently led by their president, Catherine Turner. Now we have Charles Henderson High School, the Trojans, under cheer squad leading the way. Behind them is the Blue Machine. Blue Machine Marching Band under the direction of Greg Gammon and Ray Dennison. The color guard instructor is Wesley Hester. This is a vehicle of the police department, and this will wrap it up for our annual homecoming parade, the 2021 edition. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you all out at the homecoming game this afternoon. Troy will take on Louisiana beginning at 2:30. We hope to see you at the Vet, and if you can't be there, well, thank you for joining us here today on our stream of the homecoming parade.